Hello once again everybody, today's Friday, which means we're going to be talking about a new release, and this week we're going to be talking about the Mysterines. The Mysterines are a band that comes from Liverpool, which is kind of fun because I'm sensing a bit of a theme right here, considering last week we talked about Louis Berry, who also comes from Liverpool, and I mean that only shows that England as a whole always produces, great musical acts, but also there's a few pockets and a few regions in which we always kind of see a lot of new artists and bands coming up. Obviously Manchester being one of them, but it seems that now Liverpool is also a bit of a hub for new music coming out, right? I first noticed about the Mysterines watching Paul Weller's Blackburn sessions. Those sessions are basically some sessions that he posts on YouTube, and he invites a couple different artists to perform at his personal studios, which are called the Blackburn Studios. And maybe I'm a little biased in the reason why I really like him, but it's maybe because, when Paul Weller recommends you something, or, there's an act that he kind of like pays attention to, makes me immediately want to pay attention to that act as well, right? So, I mean, I don't think Paul Weller can ever be wrong, but, at least he nailed it with the Mysterines, right? I'm actually going to be posting the links for those Blackburn sessions with Miles Kane and the Mysterines at the end of this video. The Mysterines' new single is called Hung Up, and it's, I think, probably going to be the last single before their full album release, which I'm actually looking forward to listening to the whole thing. I've actually realized that sometimes they play as a three-piece band, sometimes they play as a four-piece band, back and forth, but I think that lately they're more like solidly playing as a four-piece band, and actually that shows a bit more on their new single Hung Up, because it sounds a bit more produced than the previous singles that they've released. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a more produced single or even a more produced album. I just believe that them as a whole band are the kind of band that I would personally prefer to watch, or at the very least live recordings, obviously ideally at a live concert. And not that they sound better or worse with a more produced kind of like single. I just think that they have like such a good energy, and the lead singer Leah is such a strong lead of the band, more than anything with her voice, and it's the kind of band that I would enjoy so much more watching live, right? Their style of music is definitely like guitar rock with a heavy punk influence, I would say, and that's probably another reason why I think that I would enjoy a lot more watching them perform live, even more than just like listening to a recording, right? I'm gonna be posting a few different links for some of their singles that they've released before, and that way you guys can check them out, because I'm actually enjoying their music a lot lately. So I'm quite looking forward to their new full album release, which is coming, I believe, in a couple weeks. And I'm actually hoping that this whole album is going to be mostly new singles, because we've already listened to a few of their previous releases as singles, but I don't know, maybe this album is going to be mostly brand new tracks that we haven't listened to, like Hung Up, right? Also, a quick special mention for their brand new release for Stunt Foundation. And they're basically, if you know about them, they're a soul band from England as well. And they released a new single with Melba Moore. And usually they have a bit, like I said, a bit more of a soulful kind of like sound. In this case, the new single is a bit more on the kind of like funk and disco kind of like approach. And yeah, I'm also going to be posting the link for their new video. And another release that I'm actually excited about is Afflecks Palace. And Afflecks Palace comes from Manchester, which, as we all know, is kind of like the hub of great music that naturally comes from the UK, right? And yeah, they finally released a full album, kind of like similar to what I was saying before. It is, even though it's a full album release, we've already listened to most of their singles. I was hoping for like mostly brand new tracks. I mean, with that said, it's still one of the bands that I'm enjoying lately, which has that kind of like baggy influence from Manchester in the 90s, which I'm glad that someone is reviving it, and they're getting plenty of attention. They also produce other bands, Pastel being one of them, and yeah, so there's actually really cool music coming out from both Manchester and Liverpool lately, right? So kind of excited to see what's going to come next Friday, and then we're going to have a new chat about some new music. So in the meantime, I'm going to be posting my social media links. I'm going to be posting also my Spotify playlists, and also the links for all of these artists that I've mentioned today, which are the Mysterines, Stone Foundation, and Afflecks Palace. And yeah, I hope you guys can give them a follow and a listen. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next week. In the meantime, take care, guys. Peace.